Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of Smart Money. Now in Smart Money today, we talk about an age-old concept that is now picking up pace. It's called FIRE, which is Financial Independence, Retire Early. Now this is a movement of people devoted to a program of extreme savings and investment that allows them to retire far earlier than traditional budgets and retirement plans would permit. All of us would love to retire early, right? So let's find out how. Vineet Patawari, the co-founder and CEO of StockEdge, joins me on the show to discuss this. Vineet, thanks a lot for joining in. You know, the FIRE movement has been in existence for a while, right? But now it's back in focus as millennials and the younger generation is all set to retire early after dealing with a lot. There's been a pandemic, there's been a recession, now there's talk of another recession, job losses. I think people have had it and are looking to perhaps retire early. Tell us, for the uninformed, what exactly is the FIRE movement and how relevant is it in today's day and age?
So hi Sonia, thanks for having me on the show. And let's straight away jump into the FIRE movement, because it's a very exciting thing and it's catching up, as you said. So the whole situation of the world is such that there is a huge disruption in the traditional working format, right? With the remote work from anywhere, the gig economy coming up, and the freelancing increasing. So people want to have the flexibility of working from anywhere and on their own terms. So retirement is not exactly retirement in the traditional sense, where we used to retire and do nothing. Now it's an active retirement where you will do things which you want, and you will not be restricted by a job where a particular job description is given to you. So you will create your own job description and you will be your own boss. That's what retirement means in case of this. Now, just looking at the acronym, financial independence, retire early. So the whole thought is coming from the point where everyone wants to retire early, as you said. So how do you retire early? For that, you need to be relieved of the tension of your day-to-day survival. So, you should be taken care of, your standard of living being maintained, right? And once you are ensured that you have net worth or assets which are fetching that much passive income that you can survive your lifestyle, you are ready to retire. You are ready to do whatever you wish to do. So that's what is the FIRE movement. And earlier that used to be like 60 years, where you used to, invest in a pension fund and retire. Now people are saying, why 60? Why not do something, invest aggressively, save aggressively, and retire at the age of 40, 45? Why wait till 60? That's the FIRE movement.
Vineet, that is like a dream, right? I'm sure each and every one of us who has a corporate job at some point has thought of retiring at 40 or 45. But the question that always, crops up on my mind is, how do I calculate the amount that I need to retire early? Because I would know what my expenses are today. But, as I grow older, I have my own family, the needs grow. How do you decide what is the amount you need to retire early?
See, we need to understand a couple of things. The money, let's say today we do some simple calculations that today I'm spending, let's say 50,000 per month, right? Now this will get increased because of two reasons. One is the inflation, right? The value of money is eroding. So obviously at a rate of 6%, 7%, whatever is the inflation rate, at that rate, my expenses will increase. The other is my aspirations, right? So my aspirations will also increase. Today I own, let's say Alto. Tomorrow I want to own a more expensive car. So aspirations will go up and certain new expenses will also come up. Like, for example, when you will have kids, you want to have holidays abroad, etc. All of that. So your inflation plus your aspiration. So your aspirational inflation, right? You need to give it a value. So today, let's say if you are spending 50,000 rupees, you need to say that 6% is the normal inflation. Another 3-4% is my aspirational inflation. So this 50,000 has to be compounded. Let's say I want to retire after 15 years from today, right? So after 15 years, if I apply a compounding of around 10%, 6% coming from inflation and 4% coming from my aspiration. So if it is 50,000 today, I compound it and I take it to the next level. So a simple rule of thumb, how much should you invest or how much should you save? How much should be your corpus so that you can survive your retirement For that, there is something called FIRE number, FIRE, FIRE number, right? So don't get into those complex calculation of calculating your inflation, etc. I'll give you a simple number called FIRE number, which is 25 times of your annual expenditures. If you can save that much, so 25 times of your annual expenditure. If 50,000 is your annual, you multiply it by 25, the amount will be 25 into 50,000, right? So this is the amount which you need to save, and you need to reach there. Once you reach there, you can start thinking of retiring, because that amount will help you survive the rest of your retirement.
No, so hold on. I'm a bit confused here. You're saying 25 times of your annual expenses is the amount that you need to save by when? Is that the corpus that you need to grow? And then once you get that amount, how do you decide how much you need to save per month in order to sort of reach that amount?
Sure. So let's take some examples. So for example, if you are investing 50,000 rupees, if your annual expenses is 50,000 rupees, your monthly was 50, so annual will be 6 lakh rupees. So this is your annual expenditure today, right? Now, by when do you want to retire? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Assuming, let's say you are at age 25 and you want to retire at 40. The time left is 15 years in which you need to save this amount, right? So now you have to do some back calculations, which is, if you need to save this much, how much should you invest per month, right? So this amount, you need to probably start a SIP in a mutual fund, preferably an index fund, so that whatever is the return of the market, which empirically has been around 13-14%, right? If you get that much amount, your money will start growing, right? And you will have a sizable corpus when you retire. So today, think about 25 times of, we talked about 6 lakhs into 25,000. That will come to 25 into 6 lakhs. That will come to around 1.5 crores. So to save 1.5 crores, how much SIP should you start today, since you have 15 years of time period that you do have to calculate and start investing?
Okay. And there are several retirement calculators as well, right? Online. I mean, you don't have to physically do this work. You want to share any resources with us? I mean, which is a good retirement calculator to use? Because there's so much, it's so cluttered online.
See, the best thing to do is, there are retirement. So on our website, Elon Markets, you have a calculator, but you go to any AMC website, asset management company like ICICI Prudential, or there also you get retirement calculators, because they have pension plans, right? So they give you retirement calculators. You can put the age at which you want to retire, the amount which you want to save, and all of that, and they'll give you the calculations of whatever numbers you want to take up with.
Okay. So we spoke about, how to calculate the FIRE number, right? But I also want to understand certain other aspects. You spoke about how simplicity of living can go a long way in helping you achieve FIRE, also reduction in debt or having no debt at all. But how does that work? I mean, if I'm a 25-year-old, I will, of course, take on some kind of debt, whether it's a home loan, EMI, car loan. So how do you fit that into your plan?
See, the whole idea of FIRE is going a little aggressive on your savings. Okay. So, when you talk about expenditures, you have to think like this, that, future is the place where you will spend most of your life, and you need to save for future, right? So for that, you need to let go some of the expenditures. So you need to have a frugal lifestyle. You cannot have a very luxurious lifestyle today and save aggressively for future also at the same time. Yeah, you can do that if your level of income is allows you to do that, right? But if your level of income doesn't allow you to do that, so the ballpark figure should be, if you want to actually retire early, 50% of your monthly salary you should save, 50%. So in the remaining 50%, if you can pay EMIs, then only take EMIs. Otherwise, don't take EMIs. So you will say, how do I own a car in that case? So the idea is, if you want to retire by 40, you don't own a car today, you probably own a car in the future, maybe once you are 40 years old. So that kind of mindset you need to have. So either you enjoy the life today, or you live frugally today and you enjoy your life, which is 40 years to 80 years or 90 years you will live. So that's the whole idea of FIRE.
Okay, you're saying save 50% of your monthly income and perhaps invest that. That looks like a tall ask, right? Especially in today's day and age where inflation is eating into our entire pocket almost. But I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we will ponder a little bit over this number that you said, saving 50% of your income, and how to effectively calculate the FIRE number. More on that coming up. We also have some viewer queries, so we'll take that up in just minutes from now. Stay tuned.